the one week I get the chance to talk junk to Justin, he don't even show up. Chiefs Kingdom, baby. Chiefs Kingdom. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
All right, what is going on? Good people. Back once again, Baltimore Colts show, this time week 3 predictions. The Browns bounce back, the Ravens bounce back, the Colts will
bounce.
Yeah, the Colts bounced like a chick. You know what? We haven't heard much from Colts land over there from Casey. So I kind of want to start with Casey. By the way, DJ here, Casey over there, Adam also here as well. Justin, the Chiefs fan, you know, as much as I'm going to give Casey a hard time today about his Colts, Justin, the Chiefs fan who literally called me after the second pick, and he said, well, I guess y'all going to lose. I ain't heard from him since Sunday. I hope he's okay. Anyway, let's jump to Casey first. I'll get more into Justin here in a minute. Let's jump to Casey first. Casey, the Colts are 0-2, which is one of those things that I feel like is completely overblown right now. The whole 0-2, you can't make the playoffs because there's an extra game. I feel like we forget there's an extra game. This isn't the league of the past, so it's not like it's over. But anyway, Carson Wentz somehow, I didn't even think this was possible. The man sprained both his ankles on the same play.
You seem so happy about it.
I'm not. It's just funny. How the heck you sprained both of your ankles on the same play? Only Carson Wentz can do that. I mean, and I love Carson, but come on, bro. But unfortunately, the Colts, man, and that defense looks like it's taking a step back. Casey, how's it going in Colts land? I need to know. I need to hear it from you with my own 2 ears. Sorry, Mickey.
Well, it's still better than being in Baltimore.
I guess.
Also, Emma, shut up. Shut your face with that comment. Shut up. Don't show that comment. Don't you dare.
Emelina!
Frederick always
Emelina!
that is fun.
Good old Frederick. How many nicknames you got? Frederick?
I don't know.
Frederick?
I don't know at this point.
And wait a minute. And where the hell is Frederick coming from?
Shut up. We're not going to talk about it.
Emma, I need some input. What's the story?
We're not going to talk about it. She's gone. She probably
Emma,
not even here.
Emma, the link in your DMs.
Shut up. And don't you send her the link. I don't know what happened in this game because, okay, sidebar. The NFL is big enough. Why can't we all get all the games? Why?
True.
But you can. You just have to pay for it, which is the problem.
It's stupid. So dumb. But anyway, I don't know what happened. But we started to come back. We did. It was close. I would almost rather it be a blowout, to be honest. It's just the fact that we came so close. I hate you so much.
Adam, why'd you put that comment up there? Shameful.
He don't have access to that. Shut up. As I was saying, I would almost rather it be a blowout.
Okay, I'm done.
I would almost rather it be a blowout because just the fact that we came back and almost did it and just couldn't. But like you said, it's only week 2. I'm still not holding my breath. Will you stop? Yeah. DJ's a jerk. I know he's your favorite. He's always been your favorite. Even when we were there, he was. Anyway, yeah.
We have to
I don't.
talk about this.
I mean, we won't. I won't tell you what happened.
Nope. Cutting that one off. Nope. Not
So we were in a
story time
hotel.
today. It never starts well when that's it.
And then there's Chucky. He's dead.
And well, DJ had to get by Emma, and
Nope.
he chose.
No. No. PG show. What?
He chose.
I chose to say, excuse me.
Yeah, well, she was bent over the bed. What?
Speaking of things with no context, that entire thing with no context at all.
Yeah, the Raiders won though. That was cool. This week sucked.
You and your 18 teams, and one of them got shut out.
Was it the Jaguars?
Oh, talk about it.
Defiance.
Oh yeah.
Which we all. But here's the thing: we all took the massive L on that because we all picked the Dolphins, and freaking Tua gets hurt. Shameful.
Yeah, even though like the Dolphins' offense is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, from a team that I'm hoping would be actually decent. Real quick on the Colts Rams game, for me, and I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. We can just move on. It's fine.
The Colts just had a tough matchup, I think, and supposedly the Colts defense is supposed to be getting better. It don't look like it, but they're supposed to be getting better while the offense kind of catches up. And let's just say it ain't happening. Anyway. For since I tend to talk a lot, let's go to Adam on the Browns update. For those who don't watch our recaps individually.
Which, by the way, you should.
Facts.
I don't do recaps.
Love you too, Emilio.
Tolerance, you what?
Adam, how's it feeling? Browns land over there. Got
the obviously, not quite the performance that I was expecting, especially coming back with having a packed house with the fans back after over a year and a half. But it was another case of tale of two halves, although this time it was in a positive sense, where they were a little flat and a little sluggish the first half, and really not even. It was really just a couple of moments in the first half that was aggravating because they were moving the ball at will on offense, but there was the interception from Baker, which I've watched that play a million times. I don't know if the ball got away from Baker a little bit, but also if you watch the play, Anthony Schwartz does not finish the route because he could have gone to make a play to either go up for the ball to catch it or at least knock it down for an incomplete pass, live to fight another day. And then even before that, Donovan Peoples-Jones, perfect little crosser from Baker, and the guy from the Texans makes a textbook tackle with his helmet dislodging the ball from his grasp, and then boom, fumble. So that definitely needs to get cleaned up. The defense, which is I've pondered it for the last couple of days, and I'm not saying I feel better, but it put things in perspective. But they need to get better on third downs. Too many times where they get the opposing team to get to third down, but they cannot get off the field. And that is a serious, serious problem. Now, it's only week 2. It's still September. If this dips into mid-October into November, then we got a problem. And I don't think Joe Woods has really opened up his playbook just yet, because I keep forgetting that there's so many new pieces on defense that these guys need time to gel. And you got Grant Delpit coming back. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah is slowly getting more playing time. Which one thing, and not to redirect back to the Colts, I think us getting Anthony Walker has put a damper in the middle of that defense in the linebacker position for the Colts, because Darius Leonard can't do it all himself. They were a great 1-2 combination for the Colts, but I'm happy we have Anthony Walker. But unfortunately, he's on IR, the short-term IR, so he's got to be out for at least another couple of weeks.
And they lost Justin Houston too, because he was on the Colts last year too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And isn't he with Baltimore?
He sure is. Thank you, Casey.
Yeah, I wish that was a good pickup, I gotta say. But anyway, no, back to the game. The one thing that I am not necessarily hitting the panic button, but I'm it's a little concerning that with that front seven, with both Malik's, Malcolm McDowell, Miles, Clowney, you'd think that with that core right there, they would be getting sacks left and right. Now they're creating a lot of pressure, but they're just not quite getting home. But at the same time, whether it was Mahomes or Tyrod this week. And by the way, poor Tyrod. The man just cannot catch a break, and he was playing so well. I mean, like he was moving the ball at will, and still showing that he's got some motor left in his legs. Unfortunately, on that scramble that when he walked in for that touchdown untouched, I think when he tweaked his hamstring. Granted, he grinded out for a few more plays, but obviously he was definitely in a lot of pain. But anyway, David Mills comes in, and the defense started to get a little bit of a spark. Then they started putting pressure on him. Mills threw a pick. Unfortunately, too, Greg Newsome gave them a freebie first down on a PI call, which I get it. You want to go stride for the guy and not let them get a completion, but also at the same time, you got to keep your hands off of them. If you know that you're beat, at least try to turn around for the ball, because he was in position to make a play, but that's besides the point. So still got to clean up some stuff on defense. I do think they will get better over time, because it is a long season. But kudos to Malcolm Smith for filling in for Walker. He did a great job being at the mic. Grant Delpit, limited snaps, but just in those few snaps, he has shown why we drafted him in the second round last year. He's everything that we anticipate he is and is going to be. I mean, he is a freaking missile. I don't know if anybody saw, I think I shared it in the room, the sack that he got on Davis Mills where he dislodged the ball from him. It was incredible. Just wish somebody could have been around to pick up the fumble. But anyway, and regardless of all that, on the offensive side, Baker, if you throw a pick, you don't have to make the tackle. Just act like you're trying to track the guy down. Don't put yourself in harm's way. I lost 5 years off my life when he went down and he was wincing, holding his shoulder. I said, "Oh my God, here comes." I mean, hey, Casey Eaton's a vet, so I had every confidence in the world. But like, you just hope Baker is okay. He goes to the sideline. He's in the tent for a second, goes to the locker room, comes back out which I'd like to hear the praise for that, by the way. I guess if he would have crapped himself, he would have and came back out, he would have been dubbed a hero. Winkety wink, nudge nudge. but came back and gave a gutsy performance, ran for a touchdown. You know, still was moving the chains with his legs, and he was efficient. He's about as efficient as you could get. 19 to 21. He leads the league in completion percentage. He's 40-49 for the year so far. That's pretty damn good. And everybody for everybody out there, basically out of 10 pass attempts, he completes it 8 times. So his numbers are soaring. And you still got to me, still, I guess I'm biased, to me, still the best running back in the league with Chubb and Hunt. Chubb was incredible, averaging 10 yards carry. There's a reason why you have those guys in the backfield that could alleviate the pressure off of Baker, move the sticks, etc. But despite all a shaky first half, played a lot better the second half. You did pull away with the victory, and you won by 10. Didn't look pretty, but in front of that crowd, I wanted them to go away happy, and that's what happened. And I was sweating that out for most of the game, but I'm glad they got the W. Got a little bit of a harder matchup this week with the Bears coming to town, and more than likely, they haven't made the note yet, but it could be Justin Fields' first start. We shall see. But yeah, overall good team win. I'm glad they grinded.
Who else would they start?
Better. But
Who?
Dalton is, according to Nagy, he said as long as Dalton's healthy and can play, he is the starter.
There's no way he's healthy. He's towards ACL, didn't he?
No, there was not. It was a bone bruise. He avoided
Wow.
the ACL. It did look scary, but Nagy is. I give him credit. He's sticking to his guns. What do you have to lose at this point? I will say this: if they lost against Cincy, I think Justin is your starter. Full-fledged, because you're 0-2. What do you have to lose at this point? But anyway.
Shoot, I wish Marcus Peters or Gus Edwards or LJ Ford or any of those guys were bone bruises. Anyway, on the Browns topic, I'm liking what the Browns are doing so far, which is unfortunate to say, of course, because we have to compete with them. But tough one against the Texans. I agree. I think Tyler's playing well. I think the Browns do what they do very well. Because they have 2 good running backs, and Kareem Hunt very much so missed in Kansas City right now. With that, like, I feel like the Browns do what they do very well. They're going to run the football, and they're going to have some mean play action off of it, and I think it's good. And Baker's got a good enough arm to make the throws that he needs to make. My thing is, Baker made some mistakes, but I feel like he responded and like you said, got hurt, came back, and played well. Top completion percentage in the league, which I think is good too. So
he was 10 of 10 after that interception. So, and also one more thing, Jarvis Landry is going to be out at least 3 weeks. They did put him on IR today, which he was listed as week to week, but I would rather him just be like just sit him for a few weeks, get him healthy, and Odell should be back this week.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask how much does that hurt to not have him, especially let's just say hypothetically Odell doesn't play next week. You said he should be back this week, but let's just say he doesn't. How much does that hurt? Just on both fronts, not only let's say Odell plays this week versus let's say he doesn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, for one. This past Sunday, Lovie Smith is the coordinator for the Texans, pretty much the originator of the Tampa 2 cover 2 scheme. It completely eliminates I shouldn't say eliminates, but it shortens up the field, where it's death by 1,000 cuts. You run the ball and you live in the middle of the field, or you find those soft spots past the corners, which if Baker hadn't gotten hurt, I think we would have seen a little bit more little bit more of those shot plays downfield, but obviously they went a little bit more conservative and not to put him in harm's way. Um, Jarvis would have lived in the middle of the field. I mean, the play he got hurt on, it was a perfect little screen. Perfect little screen, makes the first down and takes a hard shot. I thought it was his ribs of how the hit happened. So he was going to be a big part of the game plan this past Sunday. Now, going forward, you're going to have to rely heavily. Nothing against Demetric Felton, had a great game. Nothing against him, nothing against Donovan, nothing against Higgins. But I think Higgins now becomes more of the focal point of the intermediate stuff, along with Hooper, along with Harrison, along with Njoku, etc. But Odell, I don't know if they're going to do the pitch count thing, which was theorized this past Sunday, or I'm sorry, in the Chiefs game, where they weren't going to play him a whole lot, but he was going to be in certain packages. So, which if the play was there, boom, you take your shot. But he was going to garner a lot of attention. Now, I don't think the Bears' defense is as stout as it once was. It's still good with Khalil. But he definitely adds a different element, and especially if you have him and Anthony Schwartz on the field, you got possibilities galore because both of them. Granted, Odell's a better route runner. Schwartz gives that threat of the Tyreek Hill stuff, the end arounds, fakes, or can just do a go route. So you do have options there, but I think it's going to be more heavily focused on the running backs, the tight ends, et cetera, et cetera. But I won't be upset if he doesn't play. I hope he does because I want him on the field sooner rather than later. But again, if he's not ready, don't force the issue. Stefanski is a good enough of a play caller and a good schemer with Alex Van Pelt to create different types of looks to confuse the defense.
All right, I like that. It should be interesting to see. I can't remember who the Browns got this week.
Bears,
yeah. It should be interesting to see how that's going to go.
Yes.
In terms of the Ravens Chiefs, I've been on cloud nine since Sunday night, and I think like it was one of those situations where like I said last week, I picked the Chiefs to win. But at the same time, it was one of those games. It was one of those weird situations where the Ravens would win this game. And I really feel like the way that they played, which wasn't perfect, so that means there can always be there's always something better on the horizon. But at the same time, I definitely don't think that's their peak. But at the same time, I feel like it shows that they can play with anybody in the league, regardless of the injuries that they have, which I think is huge because the reason I feel that way is Rashad Bateman hasn't even hit the field in a regular season game yet, and I think he's going to help taking eyes off of Hollywood Brown a little bit more, and Mark Andrews too, because you got to respect. I think if he can come out and make plays early, when we come back week 4, I think it is, then you're going to be able to kind of see like, okay, we got to key in on this guy maybe, or even if you key in on Hollywood and Mark Andrews, then you that may give Bateman a chance to shine. But to beat the Chiefs, who are the defending AFC champs, who are the back-to-back Super Bowl, for the AFC, they were the ones that appeared for the AFC. I think this is as huge of a win as it can be. What I like to see a little bit more of a perfect game from the Ravens, a little bit, like cut down the turnovers a little bit. Yeah, of course. But when it came to the offensive side, I think they played pretty well. Considering the circumstances, you're down 3 running backs, you're on your 4th string, 5th string, 6th string running back, and all of them are still running well. I think that's great. Freaking Alejandro Villanueva, got to credit him. You give him so much criticism for what he did the week before. You got to give him credit for switching back to the left side where people said he couldn't even play. even though that's his his natural position. People said he's not even a good left tackle. He played his butt off at left tackle, so I ain't mad at him. He played friggin' fabulously, and then the entire offensive line. Patrick McCarry at right tackle played well. Want to see what they do with him, especially once Ronnie Stanley comes back in. I think the offense is still still isn't even where they want to be yet, and they still scored 35 points. So I think there's still a lot of room to continue to grow for the offense. On the defensive end, I'm impressed by what Anthony Aver did with Tyreek Hill. You can say he had help over the top all you want to, but the funny part is if it was Jalen Ramsey on Tyreek Hill and he had up over the top, nobody would say anything. But anyway, because it's Anthony Aver, we got to say something. So my thing is I'm cool with it. I give Anthony Aver all the credit because 14 yards for Tyreek Hill, a guy who can literally break a negative 2-yard gain into a touchdown. I'll take it with safety help. I don't care if I was out there shadowing Tyreek Hill to help out too. I don't care. I'm cool with it. Adafe Owe played well in terms of. He did. I'm so glad about that pick. So far he's had a chance to really show up. He's so fast too, which I think helps.
Strip Clyde Edwards.
Yep, so stripped him, which my thing is, and then to kind of not bag on the Chiefs a little bit, like. Why is it that everybody is so against Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now? Like the dude was literally locked for Rookie of the Year. People felt like last year. Then he got hurt, and now after 2 games, people are like after 2 games, which when it's Patrick Mahomes behind the line of scrimmage and he gets sacked, it's a bad offensive line. When it's Clyde Edwards-Helaire not being able to do anything because the offensive line is bad, we don't want to say anything. I don't get that. I really don't understand that because people are like, oh, they need to step away from Clyde Edwards-Helaire and all this, and I'm like, the dude's had 2 games behind the offensive line that's still trying to gel together. What do you expect? But anyway, that's just my thoughts on in that regard. But like I said, defensively, I was impressed. Deshaun Elliott went out. Brendan Williams went out. I saw Geno Stone come in a little bit at safety. I'm just impressed by the next man up mentality. I've talked about it before. People can say what they want about John Harbaugh. You can criticize him all you want to, but the guys play hard for him. He could have me, Casey, Adam, Justin, Emma, and Russell Wilson at safety out there, and it wouldn't even matter. That we'd still play hard for him because for some reason people play hard for John Harbaugh. And even when we were 5-11 in 2015. There was only 2 games I think that were decided by more than 2 scores. So I can't I was impressed by this. I think this is almost like and it's maybe hyperbole, I don't know, but I think this is almost like a season altering win. Like there's games that are big that you win that you're like, oh, okay, it was nice to win it, but at the same time, there's still more that could be done. But like this is a big win because number one, the Chiefs don't lose in September, right? The Chiefs don't lose in September. This is the first loss Patrick Mahomes has had in September. They don't lose a lot to begin with. And then for a team that's this banged up that ain't even really at their ceiling yet to beat a team like the Chiefs, on one hand, I think it shows that the Chiefs can be beaten, which could be good for the rest of the AFC. But I think on the other hand, it shows how tough the Ravens really can be. I'm excited coming in to this next week with Detroit. That should be fun. That should be exciting. But I don't know. I'm excited definitely. But also, by the way, I don't know if Justin's coming. He did text me, so he's somewhere out there. He's somewhere. He is somewhere out there.
Take the walk of shame, sir.
So hopefully he'll come by and we'll get to talk to him. But nonetheless, well, let's jump into week 3, shall we? Let's jump into week 3, shall we, or shall we not? Anything else anybody wants to talk about on week 2, or should we just kind of slide that into week 3?
I want to venture back to the Colts game, which it was definitely an entertaining game.
We don't need to do that. We can move on.
Just bear with me. Just bear with me. like Carson Wentz, like especially how they were coming back on that game, you see why, especially a few years ago, before he got smacked by Aaron Donald, you see why he was an MVP candidate. Because he is a gutsy gunslinger and all that stuff, but I think he tries to do too much. I don't think he's having the self-realization that his body is not what it once was. And it's starting to become, 'cause he took himself out of the game. I think that needs to be highlighted, is that he took himself out. And they're in for a rough patch because depending on how this prognosis is on both of his ankles, their next two guys in line are is sketchy. And all because I'm asking this because I saw it on my notifications on fantasy. Is something wrong with Hines for the Colts?
I really don't know.
No, because I've seen him drop him like he's a good number two to Jonathan Taylor, but I don't know. I don't know if he got hurt.
Are they
or
running Jonathan
what.
Taylor more? Maybe.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But it just anyway. It just I think with Carson, I think he realized that I think he needs to take a step back and realize that he doesn't have to go for the kill shot each time. He's got to let the plays develop and see what the defense gives them rather than
that's
trying
what it
to
is,
roll
Adam.
out and just fire it.
It's because Marlon Mack is back. Remember, Marlon Mack was hurt last year, wasn't he?
Ah, that's right. That's a good point.
No, that's what it is. So let's jump into week 3. I'll kind of give my thoughts on week 2. I don't think it's anything that's like pressing me to talk about. I'm impressed by Washington though. It's one of those Washington's one of those teams that's weird to me. Like we've seen what Taylor Heineke could do, so why not start him to begin with? Like I get you want the kind of the veteran leader out there, and maybe you want him to learn a little bit, but I mean, literally got one game, like one half of the game to learn. So that's what I mean. For a guy who plays as hard as Heineke does and has guys that believe in him, why wouldn't you just? I mean, he showed you what he could do last year in the playoffs. Why the heck wouldn't you put him out there? And we talked about this before. Washington just looks so much better with a quarterback that they feel confident in. No matter who that is, whether it's Alex Smith, we've seen with Taylor Heineke at times too. So like Washington just seems to look better with that, and everything's starting to kind of come around a little bit more for them. It feels like it's not just Terry McLaurin against the world on offense. You're seeing Antonio Gibson really step up a lot as well. And McKissick, he plays well. I think, kind of spelling out Gibson too. So, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with Washington. And the last thing I want to talk about real quick is the Saints. Goodness. Because I'll talk about the Steelers here in a little bit. I'll actually just talk about that. That pick he threw, that was a pick he threw. He was falling down himself, and he just threw it up for grab. I was like, well, okay. The Panthers look good to me. I don't know how much you can buy into it, but they look good. To me, they look pretty good. Sam Darnold looks like he's in a better spot. Once again, I think he looks like he's in a place that actually trusts him, and it's amazing what can happen when you actually trust your quarterback, what they'll actually do for you. So I think he's doing some good things with the Panthers. I do want to talk about the Steelers because anytime I can rag on the dang on Steelers, I'm gonna take that chance.
Hey, by the way, Big Ben has a hurt pec muscle.
Uh-oh.
He may not play. He may not play this week.
Oh, Mason Rudolph time. So the Steelers, and we talked about this before. We've said it plenty of times. The Steelers are just not that good. They're just not that good. Juju has done nothing since re-signing with the Steelers. And I know he's only had 2 weeks, but still, he's done nothing. At least Deontay Johnson can catch the ball now. That's probably a good thing for him. Nyheim Hines, who I think is going to be good, is not Nyheim Hines. Najee Harris. I don't know.
Najee Harris.
Yeah, for me, like, I think he's going to be good, but I think at the same time, like I could see the Steelers somehow shifting off of him too quickly or something. Or like he won't be good until Ben's done because of course they're going to lean on Ben for that offense as opposed to Najee Harris. I don't know why Naheem Hines is on. I guess because we just talked about him on the break or whatever.
I just talked about him. So.
But like the Steelers, like I said before, look a lot like they did last year, right? They may be in the game at times, but at the same time, they don't look good. I've heard plenty of people say it this week. The defense doesn't look nearly as good as it looked last year, and that's what was keeping them in a lot of those games. Minka got toasted during one of those routes I saw on Sunday against the Raiders. I mean, and the Raiders look good enough, and I think the Raiders might split with the Chiefs again this year. The way they're looking, I mean, can I ever trust the Raiders at 2-0? No. Should anybody ever trust the Raiders at 2-0? No. And why is that? Because every time they start 2-0, they end up missing the playoffs somehow. So I'll believe it when I see it. It's CM Punk's return. I'll believe it when I see it. So yeah, I'm done with week 2 in that regard. Casey must have went to get his laundry because he didn't say anything about my Raiders correct on that one. But let's jump into.
I'm here, and we going all the way, baby. We 2-0, going all the way.
Sir, I need at least one date first. If we gotta go.
Oh no, we're just going all the way. Oh no. Also, Adam, I need you to mark this down. This week is my comeback. Write that down. This is my comeback. I'm turning it around.
By the way, Casey, I would like to point out to you, I am not giving up Kelsey or Gronk. I just want to let you know.
Damn it.
What about Gronk and Kelsey?
That's going to be my next attempt.
I want Gronk and Kelsey for an empty spot and a 15 round pick.
No, you cannot have Cole Beasley. He's staying on the bench, damn it.
He's staying on the
bench. So let's jump into Thursday night football. The Panthers going up against the Texans. I don't really trust the Texans with a rookie quarterback. I trusted them a little bit more with Tyrod, but I don't trust them with a rookie quarterback. And I think the Panthers got a lot to prove, and they're going to get a chance to in prime time on NFL Network. So I'm going with I think that's also on Peacock. I'm going with the Panthers. Let's go with Casey.
You know what? I'm going the Justin way. I'm going to pick outside my division, circle around, come back in my division, do some jumping jacks, go back outside my division, look around a little bit, look at some other divisions, and pick the Panthers. Ha, you thought I was going to pick in my division. Ha, ha, ha. It wasn't the Justin way.
I think I like your Justin way better than Justin's Justin way. Adam?
I'm going to go with the Panthers as well. Granted, even with them going 3-0, I can't quite put my stamp of approval in terms of believing them just yet, just because they haven't faced the best competition. But I do think that defense is really good, and having somebody like Christian McCaffrey and a receiver that wants to do in New York does help. But yes, I will go with the Panthers as well.
All right, so moving into how ironic, the Colts and the Titans. The Titans shouldn't even be 1-1 anyway. The Colts are 0-2. Who's even the backup quarterback for the Colts?
I know it ain't Jacoby, but Esick. Esick or something.
Oh, Jacob Eason. That's right, Jacob Eason. That's a tough task for the Colts, but the Titans defense ain't even that good. I'm going with the Colts. I think it's going to be tough, but I think at the same time, the Colts were the only team last year that could keep Derrick Henry under wraps. I don't know if that's necessarily the defense that they have currently. Of course, it isn't the same defense as it was, but maybe they can, create a similar formula. So I'm gonna go with the Colts. I'm going with Jacob Eason. He's got a lot to prove. Let's see what he can do. I'm going with the Colts. Casey. And the Titans are bums.
What was that?
I said the Titans are bums.
You're right. You are right there. You're correct. Correctamundo.
Yeah, I'm right here.
But I hate you. I hate you so much. At the same time, I don't want to be let down no more. I don't want to be hurt no more. And I'm afraid if I pick my Colts, they're gonna hurt me again.
But if y'all lose, how y'all gonna go to the Super Bowl?
You shut your face. Okay? You shut your face. All right?
All I'm hearing is that Rob Thomas song. I don't want to be lonely no more. I don't want to be.
I don't want to be lonely no more. I don't want to have to. I'm going to go with my Colts, and they're not going to let me down. They're not. Because I don't want to be lonely no more. I don't want to have to pay for this.
I thought you was going with the Justin way. You was going to pick outside of your division. I thought you was going with the Justin way. You were going to pick outside your division.
Don't nobody ever go the Justin way. What's wrong with you?
Adam.
I hate to be the bummer, Casey, but I'm gonna go with the Titans. They are not. Vrabel is not the Titans. I am the Super Saiyans. I keep having to forget that because they're always COVID ridden. But anyway, Vrabel is not going to allow what happened week 1 against the Cardinals again. I think Derrick Henry is going to run all over them, and Tannehill is going to start picking it up a little bit. But yes, they should be 0-2. I will say that. But I say get the win here.
Okay.
I feel disrespected.
You were about to pick against them.
Yeah, exactly. Rob Thomas, Frederick.
That doesn't mean that you can.
Frederick.
All right.
Listen here, motherfucker.
Thank you, Emma.
Moving into the Falcons at the Giants. I'm going with the Giants because I can't pick the Falcons. I couldn't pick the Falcons if they played the Jets. Okay, maybe I could. I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. The Giants are this close. They literally were on all sides away from winning that game. Okay, the Giants are this close. Dang it, they're this close to being the team that I want them to be. Going with the Giants. Okay, maybe that's what I want them to be, but they're this close to being 1-1. Okay, they're this close to being 500. Okay.
You should have seen me and Casey at the end of that game. We were like, we cannot let DJ gloat about this game. They have to.
Oh, Casey.
And then I fired, and I missed, and I fired, and I missed, and I missed, and I fired. This went on for several hours. But I do, just because they're going up against the Falcons, I got to go with, oh, God, it's painful. The Giants. Oh.
You all right there, buddy?
No. Just move on. Move on.
Adam?
The G-Men. I am never picking the Falcons again. Gutless.
Imagine having a quarterback that good and possibly going 0-16. Anyway, I just feel bad for him at this point. Anyway. The Chargers going up against the Chiefs. If it was in LA, I could probably lean towards the Chargers. But I think the Chiefs are going to bounce back. They're not going to lose at home, right? Like, I said a lot of things about the Chiefs, and I mean, they're still a good team. Are they perfect by far? Heck no. Their defense is terrible. They just have Magic Mahomes, and that's about all. That's about all I can say. And of course, they got good weapons too. But still, like, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm going with the safe pick. I'm going with the Chiefs. Casey. As much as I want to say go Chargers, go, but I can't.
I can't though. I can't support anything that Justin supports. I can't do it. So I have to, against my better judgment. You know what? I said I'm coming back, so I'm going with the Chiefs. Never mind. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I would like to point out for everybody out there, for the year so far, DJ is 17-15. Casey,
shut up. Shut up.
20.
It would be funny if Casey was like 4-24 just because somehow he lost points from the week before.
Well, don't worry. When I screenshotted this earlier, apparently I said he was 12-120. So the picks were so bad it just multiplied. Justin is 18-14, and your boy is 20-12.
2012. I'm right there. 3 games away. I'm right there. Dang it. Adam, did you go ahead and pick the Chiefs?
And this is again, this is another thing too, where like I have a quarter disdain for the Chiefs, and it's only because of a few players. Peyton Sorensen. And the Chargers showed me something the last few weeks, but again, like their running game even with Eckler, their running game is not that dynamic.
Well, they lose close games. Like, and if they have to be if they have to be in a shootout with the Chiefs, one of the best close game teams I've ever seen in my life, I feel like there's no way they win. There's no way Justin Herbert doesn't make the mistake before Mahomes does.
Yeah, and it's gonna be loud. But at the same time, he did gut it out this past Sunday because, like, by the way, SoFi Stadium, I think that arena is awesome. I can't wait till the Browns play there in a few weeks. That place gets loud, and it was filled with predominantly Cowboys fans, but it was almost like a neutral field environment. You know, it was cool. But you're going into Arrowhead, and it's going to be a little different this time. It's going to be 99-1 Chiefs fans. And I do like her, but I want to pick them, but I can't. If you're going to get into a shootout, I don't see them coming through. So I will go with the Chiefs.
I got a quick question. So when Joe Burrow throws, what was it, back to back interceptions?
Back to back, three straight interceptions.
We don't question his accuracy or decision making. When let me see, who else was there? When Justin Herbert throws pretty bad interception, we don't question anything about him. Let's see, what's it? Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. Just wanted to talk. I talk so underhanded, so it's soft for y'all, but I just, Anyway. Enough of that. The Bengals going up against the Steelers. This one's tough for me because the Steelers are straight dog garbage. They is straight garbage to me. They're not good. Somehow they're 1-1.
I feel like somebody's biased, but I'm not going to point that out.
You literally just wouldn't pick your division. I don't want to hear it. The Bengals, can they win this game in Pittsburgh though? That's what's tough for me because, regardless of how bad I think the Steelers are, I literally sat there and watched Joe Burrow throw back-to-back picks. And it's the offensive line. Don't nobody care that Lamar lost his left tackle and his right guard. Don't nobody care about that though. Anyway, I'm just saying. Anyway, sorry.
You mad, bro?
A little bit. Okay, look.
I'm surprised you could talk with all that salt in your mouth.
The Bengals could win this game. But I think they'll win this game when it's at home. I think the Steelers are the last place team in this division. But the Bengals in the past 2 weeks haven't shown me enough to feel like that's actually possible yet. It's such a hard pick. I'm picking the Bums. Which one?
I was going to say, what did you say?
I'm picking the Steelers. They're at home. I'm picking the Steelers. They're at home. I'm picking the Steelers. Casey.
Because they're facing the Bengals, sorry. I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Okay. Adam.
Again, yeah, this is a gigantic shrug emoji game because if it was at Cincy and a Monday night, I'd probably give a slight edge to the Bungles, but really it's only because that's my only deciding factor is that they're at Pittsburgh and they got lit up by Derek Carr, and I don't foresee that happening again. So yes, through clenched teeth, the Steelers.
That Steelers defense ain't that good. I'll tell you that.
Well,
was it your wrong?
They're good, but I think they're on the field a lot now because again, Big Ben just cannot throw a check down to Najee Harris. They're having him do way too much. But hey, you ain't gonna get no complaints from me. Drive him into the ground and give the reins to either the Mason Rudolph, and then Dwayne.
Wait a minute. Jerome Carter.
Yeah, that's me.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Justin, you're off the show. We got somebody better.
First off, introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah. I go by real. Sometimes I'm radical, sometimes I'm not. But tonight I'm talking sports, so I'm just regular real.
You telling me I've been arguing with Radical Rail the whole time and didn't realize it?
Yeah.
I didn't because your profile picture got me. I didn't realize I was arguing with Radical Rail from the Third Perspective podcast. I didn't even realize it. That's tragic.
Yeah, I thought you knew, but yeah, you probably didn't know my government name.
No, I don't know. I don't know the government name. You don't never put that out there for nobody. You don't never put that out there.
Yeah, I can't be putting that out there.
Adam, did you pick the
I picked the Squealers.
Real quick, we on the Bengals versus the Steelers game.
I gotta go with the Bengals.
It's tough. I just don't know if the Bengals can beat the Steelers at home. That's just like the Steelers are not good, but I don't know. It's just the Ravens versus the Lions. I think this is gonna be tough, especially going to Detroit. But I think the Ravens take care of business. I'm excited. I'm excited coming in because I want to see what Jared Goff can do. And I think the defense is much improved. I think the Ravens still have a higher ceiling that they can reach. And I'm hoping that the Chiefs game propels them to that. There's still a lot of chemistry issues on this team that ain't really been worked out yet. There were no exchange issues, so that was good. And I mean, I want to see if they bring up Le'Veon Bell this week, but I don't know if they will. The way that Devontae Freeman ran last week too, I don't know. The only reason I would see them bringing in Le'Veon Bell is if they wanted to stop using Tyson Williams, which I really don't want them to do. Even though I like Le'Veon Bell a lot, and I think it could be a resurgence for his career. This could also be a start of a good career for Tyson. So it's kind of tough because I mean you ain't got but so many roster spots. So how in the world you going you use all these running backs? But much improved defense, and I hope that they can show it against the Lions. I really do feel bad for Jared Goff though, because he really got the short end of the stick on that trade. Considering I think he played pretty well. Don't get me wrong against the Packers last week, but they just made that. I can't remember if it was a fumble or not, but I know it was a bad turnover that just didn't make any sense. I remember watching it. It was a bad turnover that didn't make sense. But I think this will be a good time for the Ravens to kind of tee off a little bit. I hope, but it's still going to be a tough game. Still could be a close game. But I'm of course I'm going with the Ravens on this one. This is one they got to kind of take care of business on. Let's hop to Casey. Okay.
I'm thinking. Shut up. Thinking.
You gonna pick
This a tough one. This a toughie. Did we skip the Browns game?
Not yet.
Because on my screen, the Browns game comes before that one.
Oh yeah, I think I scrolled too fast, but that's okay. We can get back to it.
All right.
That'll be the next one.
No respect for Adam. I get it. I understand. I get it.
I just scrolled to the wrong thing, bro.
I
got a million of them.
Because I think they on the come up. They on the it's like DJ used to say with the Sixers. They on that 15-year comeback. The Lions, this is the 15th year of that 15-year comeback, and they gonna start it right here with the Ravens. I'm going with the Lions, baby.
Okay.
What year are they on, by the way?
Well, they just got a new quarterback, so they might be back on year one.
No, I was talking about the Sixers.
Oh, well, they made the playoffs, so they probably still halfway in it.
Playoffs.
Adam, what's your thoughts on the
Fat Birds with the bludgeoning? I think the Ravens they're going to be riding high off that game, and I think they're going to slap the total piss out of them. Rat Birds.
What is wrong with you?
I wanted to ask Real this because I don't know if he was watching at the time, but I was saying that I felt like the win against the Chiefs almost made it feel to me, maybe it's me being a biased fan, but even me as an objective fan, possibly. Also, me being an objective fan, it made me feel like the Ravens could possibly beat anybody in the league right now. It may
You
sound
are
a little-
in no way an objective fan. You take that back.
Even the Jags, they could even beat the Jags.
Even the Jags, possibly the Jets, maybe the Jets. That'd be tough.
I mean, Zach Wilson could have 5 interceptions.
And the only team that I think that they couldn't beat based off of the physics of it
Is the Colts.
Possibly would be the Buccaneers from a logical standpoint. But what do you think, Real? As you pick the game as well.
I mean, can you win? Possibly. Will you win? Most likely not. But I got y'all this weekend. I think y'all gonna win this weekend.
You realize that the Ravens beat the Chiefs with 15 people on IR, right?
Yeah. I mean,
the Chiefs are tough. I mean, and that's the thing. The Chiefs, like, and I don't even want to play up the Chiefs too much because they are a good team. I don't think they're perfect by any means, but to beat the Chiefs, and it wasn't even a perfect game. Like they didn't even play perfect. They're still like they beat the Chiefs 36-35, and they still can get better. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean that they gonna win out. I'm just saying like I think it gives them a lot more confidence to be like, okay, we can go out here and beat anybody that comes on our schedule.
Yeah, it would help if the Chiefs wouldn't play stupid, but I understand.
Facts.
Okay.
I mean, you're up a certain amount of points. You should be running the ball, getting first downs.
They did. Clyde gave it back to us.
No, they ain't do that.
Thanks to Owe.
Yeah.
but you got to remember the Chiefs don't run the ball like that. They play everybody like that. You know, they put it in Patrick Mahomes' hands, and if he's falling to the ground, throwing the ball up and getting picked up by Tavon Young, that's just how it is. They gonna live with that.
Yeah, or we could run screens to Tyree Hill. How about that? That is a running play.
Especially since you couldn't get him involved.
Well, that was my thing that game too, is that even on that last drive, I'm like, why is he pressing so much? There's plenty of time that you don't have to go pass all the time. It's like just you can matriculate it just a little bit down the field and get Clyde Edwards and Tyreek involved. But
yeah, well, because the thing was like, and I guess they probably were being a little bit more aggressive because they were getting what they wanted at will until the fumble. Like I was even sitting here watching like, oh Lord, I know what's about to happen. Like just because, and then they finally hand it off, and then Edwards puts it on the ground, which I still feel like don't give up on Edwards just because he put the ball on the ground one time. Like
I did like how he fumbled the ball and the dude tried to get the ball back with his feet. But just in those situations, like I'm looking for 87 the whole way.
Yeah. So let's jump back to the Bears going to Cleveland to face off against the Browns. I'm going. Can I really pick against the Browns every week and stay in these picks? I'm gonna go with the Browns. Just because I think the Bears got an uphill climb, and I don't think like you said earlier, Adam. I don't think the Bears defense is as good as it once was, and I think the Browns had the perfect formula to continue to win games, especially against a team like the Bears, at least. So I'm going with the Browns on this one. Casey.
All right. Well,
that's how I felt when I picked the Browns too.
We got the Bears going up against the Browns. And you know who the super fans would pick? The super fans would pick the Bears. Because Brian Urlacher, he's going to come out on defense and he's just going to die. Oh, wait, he's retired. Going with the Browns. I love you, the Bears, but I got to go with the Browns.
I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Fields came out here and won this game, but I got to go with the safe pick. Adam?
Well, we're back again. I'm filling in for my brother Bob, who again had yet another heart attack. I can't resist. I can't resist because I know it always pops Casey. And regardless if it's Andy or Justin, I do believe that it's leading more towards Justin. But with Nagy, I don't know. He's an amoeba, and he's being so low key about this because he said if Dalton is well enough to play, he will play. So I don't know. I do believe the Browns take care of business here.
Hey,
the other thing
I'll say this real quick, Adam. Andy Dalton has beat the Browns a couple times.
Yeah, he owned us forever, but the last handful of showings, Baker has owned him. So Yeah. It was at the tail end of his career in Cincy, but that's when they were, tanking for Joe. So, eh. But but anyway, like I kind of going back to what I was saying earlier about like with our defense. If it is Justin, I do think then Joe Woods will start to unlock things to confuse Justin because the couple of times he's been in, they've used him, right around the goal line and in certain packages, and he's looked okay. He still has a long way to go of being under center, but the threat of his legs are still there. I mean, again, I watched him at Ohio State for a couple years. He's special, and I do think he's going to be good, but he's got to go. He's got to go through some growing pains because their offensive line is bad, bad. So I do think that's where Clowney, both Malik's, hopefully JOK can. I mean, he should be the spy on Justin if he is going to be the starter. But I do think it's going to be a lot of not ball control, but I think that the Browns just control the pace of the game with the run game, getting the tight ends involved, and giving feed Odell when the shots are there, because I do believe it'll be there. But I will go with the Browns.
They're bad, but they ain't Michael Jackson bad. Real?
Yeah. If Fields play, I want to lean towards the Bears because I think he'll give you the shot in the arm they need. But if Fields is not playing and they put Dalton in, then the Browns are going to win. So to sum up, my pick is going to go with the Browns. Yeah, I'm not too confident behind Baker Mayfield.
Oh, he said he's not too confident with Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, he had that Mahomes syndrome where all you got to do is game manage. You don't have to be the star, dude. And some of the throws that he threw at the wrong time. Yeah.
It's still gelling with some new pieces. But no, I got you, and I don't want him to be the next fill in the blank. To me, he stands on his own on his type of play. Some of his throws and decision making sometimes does make you want to pull your hair out, but I do believe that he is in the upper echelon of quarterbacks in the league. Not top 5, but I do believe top 10.
Well, at least every throw that he makes isn't over criticized. Anyway, moving on. The Saints going up against
you've not been on this side of the screen, my good sir.
I'm talking about literally like Lamar could throw the ball away and they will be like, that was a bad throw.
But again, here's the thing. Again, like we will be diametrically opposed on this every time. The Monday night game against the Raiders, they were talking about how efficient he was, and he was 17 of 28. And I'm like, are we watching the same game? Baker was 21 of 28 against the Chiefs, but the last play he gets criticized the most for. I don't know. This is me.
Okay. I digress. The Saints going up against the Patriots. Which Saints team will show up this week?
You mean the Aints?
The Patriots are playing at home, but I don't think Mac Jones is quite ready yet. So I'm gonna go with the Saints. Casey?
You see, I love that Tom Brady isn't on the Saints or on the Patriots anymore because I can pick teams like the Saints against the Patriots, whereas in years past you couldn't do that because the Patriots would cheat. I mean, because Brady was really good on the Patriots.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Hey, just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
Hey,
it's deflating.
Listen here. I'm going but because of that, I'm going with the Saints because the Patriots aren't who they used to be. And I love it
Would you
because, and I've said this before, I love the fact that the Patriots are going back to who they used to be in the 90s, back before they had Tom Brady, and all these little kids don't understand.
Casey, would you say that
I would probably.
the Patriots are not as good as we thought they were? I haven't said that in so long, and it was so satisfying. But I don't think we thought they were going to be good. So
I would say that Danny Dimes isn't as good as you thought he was.
Hey, him and the Colts got the same record though. So just saying. Oh, and at least Daniel Jones got both his ankles still attached to him right now.
Yeah,
He's
but at
playing
Carson,
both your ankles in the same dang on game.
But he also can't run 85 yards and fall to the tackle of no one.
That's probably because Carson can't run at all. He's got 2 sprained ankles. How? How do you sprain both of your ankles?
Wait a minute.
Is there a way that we can show that clip on here?
That almost sounds like the sound of his ankles. Wentz.
Adam, who you got?
Just to try to create even more separation, I will go with the Patriots.
Okay. Real?
Patriots. I don't believe the Saints going to go marching in. Yeah,
and I want to say, like, it's, I don't know if it's schematically that, like, I feel like Belichick will find a way to get his defense prepared with Jameis, because, like, hopefully Sean Payton doesn't have him slinging it left and right, because I think that'll be bad. But I don't. Again, it's another one of those things that the fact that they're at Gillette is kind of my deciding factor.
Okay. Moving on to the Cardinals and the Jaguars.
Next.
All right. I think we all are going to collectively say the Cardinals. I still like. For me, why is nobody like? Everybody's like, oh, we're so impressed by the Cardinals. Kyler Murray threw 2 interceptions last week, and we don't want to talk about it. Anyway,
why?
Oh,
But dude, Lamar is allowed to get some criticism, just like
he gets all the criticism.
He's been doing it longer.
I vehemently disagree.
My thing is,
disagree.
He gets all. He's the most criticized quarterback in the league. Number 1. Number 2, Kyler Murray has 3 top receivers. 3.
Okay.
Because you can blame Kingsbury on that. How do you not have DeAndre Hopkins get another catch after the first quarter?
Bad play design.
For real.
Lamar Jackson is way more criticized than Baker. Dang it. We should have this discussion. We should have.
You and I are going to hash this out on a one-on-one video.
Not in this video, but we will have a video with this discussion, dang it.
Well, to piggyback on that, Lamar is like a dude who always gets to third base but don't score. That's Lamar. You can't get mad at Kyler because he hasn't got past second yet. He's still messing with second base. He hasn't even made the playoffs.
He played baseball.
But yeah, Lamar, he's been in third base a lot of times, and he won't score, man. So that's why we're so hard on him. We get tired of seeing him keep going to AFC Championship, divisional round, and do the same stupid mistakes. That's Mr. True. Careless man.
That's true. I give you that. Lamar is a product of his own success. If Lamar wasn't as successful as he was in his first 4 years, we wouldn't be as critical on him as he is now. I get that. It still doesn't make it any better because nobody talks about how Josh Allen hasn't beat Patrick Mahomes. Nobody doesn't talk about how Baker Mayfield hasn't beat Patrick Mahomes. But anyway,
Are you done complaining?
Yes, they have.
I'm not.
Yes, they have, sir.
When?
I heard it all day Monday last week. All day. All day.
You talking about Monday that just passed?
Not this past last week. Last Monday.
Yeah, because people were trying to make up for all the criticism that Lamar has gotten.
Oh my fucking God.
We will have this discussion. It's worthy. So I think we're all collectively picking the Cardinals, right?
Now, you know, the Jaguars.
Trevor Lawrence is the most criticized quarterback in the league.
You respect Trevor Lawrence. He is the most criticized.
Sunshine.
He is the most criticized quarterback in the NFL.
It's physics, damn it.
It's science. No, I'm Cardinals.
She blinded me.
It's mathematics. All right. So moving forward to Washington and the Bills. This is tough.
Yes,
this is tough. I'm gonna go with Washington. I know they're playing in Buffalo. It's gonna be freaking loud.
Watch your whole mouth.
I second that.
I get it. But is that because I'm picking Washington or?
Yes. Why are we doing it?
Why pick Washington?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
Taylor Heineke's nice. He's like that. And are the Bills that good? Are they that good?
I don't know. They're giving out donuts for that coffee. You know? They're giving out donuts for the coffee.
But they choked to the Steelers, right? Who we know aren't good.
Yes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying they choked to the Steelers too. You got me. I'll go with the safe pick and go with the Bills. You got me. I'll go with the safe pick and go with the Bills. But Washington can win this game. The Bills are good, but I mean they ain't blowing the world away. Yes, they blew out the Dolphins without Tua. Congrats. I'm glad they pulled that one off. But other than that, I ain't too impressed. Not yet.
It took the Washington football team a miracle and a prayer to win that game against the Giants.
But it ain't like they weren't playing well, though. They was playing well.
How were they playing well? The defense couldn't stop a runny nose.
Nobody stopping
and the
Daniel
defense
Jones
is all
running
they
the football.
had.
Nobody's stopping Daniel Jones running the football. Who is?
Yeah, Daniel Jones is.
Well,
he trips himself up.
Only himself.
All right.
But yeah, they made him look like an all-star.
Okay.
And not just him, they made come on, man. The kicker missed. Then they got a redo. In addition to a drop pass in your hands.
I agree. The Giants should have won that game on a bunch of occasions. But Washington pulled it out. And I don't think they looked bad doing it. I don't know. I'll go with the Bills. I'll go with the safe pick. I'll go with the Bills.
It's not the safe pick. It's only logical.
Washington could win that game.
They can?
They can. The Steelers beat the Bills.
They used their Hail Murray. They don't have it anymore. They prayed. They got their Hail Murray. That's it.
The Steelers beat the Bills. If the Steelers can beat the
Bills,
anybody can beat them.
No. The Bills beat the Bills, not the Steelers.
Exactly. So the Bills beat the Bills again.
Can you please come back every week? This is so much fun.
Washington beat Washington.
No. Washington didn't beat Washington. Washington got beat. They said Hail Murray, and the good man above, he looked out for him.
That's because they don't have a name. You got to look out for a team with a name. All right. So I'm going with the Bills. Casey, who you got?
As we know, occasionally I can get a little petty. Like when I put a certain player on the bench because he's a douche.
Yes.
And will not trade him or release him. And he's staying on the bench all season. because he's a dude. Anyway, that being said, I'm going on the upset alert because of what the Bills did last week. It's not okay. It's not. I love you, Williams. I love the Williams. I do. But you can't be doing that to the Finns. Because as we know on this show, the Finns get the wins.
Not last
Do they?
week. The
Shut
last
up.
week we did not.
Shut up. You shut your dirty whore mouth.
Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
All right, Adam.
This is one of those games. This is one of those games where I want to pull the Casey and say I want to pick the refs. This is so,
Do it.
This is a hard one because Buffalo blew that game against the Steelers, and they feasted on Miami when Tua went out. So I don't know what this team is. I don't know what this team is. I don't think they have enough. I don't think Washington has enough firepower to beat the Bills. Bills.
I mean, if the Bills don't take out Terry McLaurin, they're gonna have enough firepower. That's usually all they need. Real.
I mean, Poyer was going to be on him like a blanket.
Well, ain't nobody been able to stop Terry like that though.
This is true. I love McLaurin.
I think the Bills show you who Taylor Heinicke really is, and the glass slipper comes off the foot. Because the man's only played 3 games. I want to see what he does against a legit defense. If he can roast them or have a decent game, then you will have won me over, Taylor Heinicke. But until I see it, I'm not impressed by the magical 3 games.
Wait a minute. So what about and I get it, they didn't have the time to prepare for Taylor Heinicke. But what about the Buccaneers? That's a good defense.
You sure?
Yes.
I couldn't tell because they let everybody score on them. You know what I'm saying?
Look what they did against Patrick Mahomes, who nobody can hold down apparently.
I don't know.
That was the Bucks.
You sure?
That was the same thing.
I could remember 3 offensive linemen were on the crutches and we were on 4 strings.
Sorry. Ain't nothing held him back before.
I'm just saying, it's easy to rush the pass. It's easy to rush the pass with 4 people when you're on the 3rd string off the street guy at the left tackle, and you can come up the middle with Sue because the center is no good. Come on, man, talk to me now.
The center played all year, didn't he?
No, he was out too. I know the left tackle fell in the Browns game, and the center during the Super Bowl. And it was rough. Why do you think they revamped the offensive line? Why you think they gave you guys? They went to you guys to say, yeah, we'll take that right tackle.
Why are mommy and daddy fighting again?
I love this so much. I love this so much.
So you gotta stick to the plan. But yeah, if Heinicke can do anything, he can have a decent game, he'll win me over. But 3 games, it's time to Silverado take his shoe off.
You can't see me, but I'm doing the Big E popcorn gif right now. This is so much fun.
The Jets going up against the Broncos. I mean,
next.
Yeah.
Jets Broncos.
Just end the season.
Everybody going collective Broncos, right?
Yeah, we got to.
All right, Casey, it's gonna be hard for you. The Dolphins going up against the Raiders.
Oh, here we go.
This as Orlando Brown would say last year, this easy money. The Raiders are gonna win this because the Dolphins. The Raiders winning this game, and I don't even believe in the Raiders like that, but they're gonna win this game because Tua's playing off pain tolerance, so he might play, but even then the offense ain't that explosive. So
he's gonna be wearing a flat jacket.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go Raiders on this one. Let's go to Casey.
Let's not go to Casey because I gotta think about this.
Okay, we're gonna skip Casey for a minute. Because I'm sure this one's hard for him. He might pick a tie. He might just be like, they're just gonna tie. Adam.
I tell you what, man, I went down to Miami one time and I met me a Dolphin. I like that thing too much, man. I'm gonna smack that thing around. Raider, man.
Real.
Yeah, I gotta roll with the Raiders until they lose. I mean, I just want to see Raiders versus Kansas City next. But you know, I gotta roll with them. I ain't really a big Las Vegas fan, but they doing it. I don't know how they're doing it. And the Houdini of Gruden, but
It's the first 2 games of the season. They always pretty good. The first 2 games of the season. Every year, every year they come out and play well.
I would like to point out, Carr was on this trajectory last year, and then they fell off a cliff. So DJ, you're right. That's why I'm like, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for that fan base right now. But I'm just like, I got it. It's got to be consistent. Yeah. Let's see in a few weeks where they're at.
Yeah.
So you guys are telling me that you believe the Broncos are going to finish better than the Raiders?
I don't know about all that.
That's what I just heard. Y'all saying they're going to fall off a cliff.
But I don't know though, because like I feel better about the Broncos this year than I did last year. Teddy Bridgewater being there, like being that consistent piece behind center, I think is huge for them. They didn't have that last year. They didn't have a consistent piece. That, I mean, say what you want about Teddy Bridgewater, but to have somebody that you can trust that's back there, I think it makes all the difference in the world.
Their defense is better than the Raiders. I will say that.
Yeah.
Even
with everybody's defense better than the Raiders.
All right, Casey.
Hold on 1 second.
He'll be like, can you wait to the end of the video for this one?
one second. I'm writing a strongly worded letter to the NFL. To whom it may concern. What the fuck, bro?
Dear
sincerely,
Mr. Roy.
This is what happens when you have 18 teams you like.
It's 3, you asshole. And technically it's 1. I showed you the logo. It's 1 team. It's 1 super team. Shit. Only because Tua's injured. The Raiderade, baby. The Raiderade, baby. Is
okay.
Why they gotta do that?
Casey, for the record, I've had people laughing at the words Raiderade and the phrase delicious and nutritious the whole week. Anyway,
because it is delicious and nutritious.
It's the Buff Bagwell of the AFC West.
The Seahawks.
Are you saying it's buff, it's the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough?
That's what I'm saying. And we get DUIs. So
the Seahawks and the Vikings. I want to firmly apologize to every time I pick the Vikings because they're absolutely terrible. The Seahawks are winning this game. Sorry, not sorry, Vikings. That's tragic. I want to feel bad for him, but I can't. Casey.
Can't.
But it's the kings of the Vi.
The mini sodas.
It's the mini sodas though. It's the mini sodas, man. Also, I hate the Seahawks. I don't know why. I just have a hatred for the Seahawks.
We all hate Pete Carroll. That's why. Chew more gum. Jesus.
Oh God, Seahawks! Damn it.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah, the Seahawks here. The Seahawks are a weird team. Like they could be so dominant, but then Russ takes unnecessary sacks. But they're a head scratching team. But the Vikings, like they've got enough offensive power to stay in games, but their defense is so bad. They're another one of those teams that I would put in the gutless category. So Seahawks.
All right, Real.
Seahawks let me down last week. I just knew they were going to whip the Titans. Instead, they let Tennessee get their groove back, and I'm a little bit shaken right now. I don't know. And Minnesota played a hell of a game against your Cardinals because you love Kyler Murray, aka the little brother of Lamar Jackson. But okay, I gotta go Vikings. I think the Vikings are gonna win. I don't trust Russell. Something's up with Russell. Russell can be an MVP, but he chooses not to be, and I can't figure it out. He's an older Lamar. He won't win the MVP. He finds a way to lose it every time. I don't know how he does it. I don't, but I am baffled. But yeah, I think Minnesota is going to bounce back this week and put a whole complete game together.
My thing is, if Kyler don't make the playoffs this year, I don't want no more comparisons, because I love Kyler. I mean, we the same height. I love him a lot, but at the same time, bro,
if you can run 4.2, you'll be good.
I know, right? My thing is, and I think Kyler's great. I really do. I really do like Kyler. But like Kyler got last year, he had Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins. You can't make the playoffs with that. That's tragic. And you got the Hail Murray game. You were given a win by the good Lord above, and you couldn't make the playoffs. You choked it away. My other thing is, this year he got DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Green. And you can say what you want to about AJ Green, but if you give AJ Green a chance to catch the ball, he probably gonna catch the ball. So if he don't make the playoffs this year, that's just gonna be tragic. That's all I'm gonna be able to say about that. It's gonna be tragic.
Dang, I forgot AJ Green still plays. He's like Le'Veon Bell.
Mm-hmm.
What happened, man? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. AJ Green is done.
The Buccaneers going up against the Rams. That's a good game.
Oh, real good. Real good.
That's a good game.
That's a real good.
Can Matthew Stafford keep it up? Ooh, against the Buccaneers? I'm going with the Rams just because it's at home. That's still a cross-country trip. That's tough. I'm gonna go with the Rams. That's a tough pick. This one literally is, I think, kind of flip a coin, because the Rams will look good, and I think if the Rams beat the Buccaneers, I think it's almost like a prove it, are you really as good as you think you are type of a game for the Rams. So I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. Casey.
You know, I'm not playing Brady this week because he let me down last week, and we can't have that. Also, where'd Adam go?
Probably back to work.
Bye, Adam. Whatever, bro. But I'm going with Tampa, baby.
Okay. Real.
This is a coin flip. I want to say LA all the way, but my gut says you can't beat the man called Brady. He has to beat himself. I think the Rams come down to earth. I'll take the Buccaneers.
Okay. The Packers and the 49ers, another tough one, I think.
Ooh.
Another tough one.
The Pack attack is back. RELAX.
I don't know if they back per se. They still looked a little suspect even against the Lions. I don't know if they back per se. If the Lions didn't drop the football on the ground at the most inopportune time possible, and didn't Jared Goff throw a pick?
Yeah, he threw a pick off the break. That would give him their first touchdown.
That, I mean, the Lions will be the Lions. I'm gonna go Green Bay. For some reason, I don't trust the Niners. I don't know what it is, but like I can't trust them right now. I still feel like they trying to like rebuild that momentum from last year. So I can't trust the Niners. It's something about Jimmy G. I don't know what it is. It's something about Jimmy G. I don't trust him.
He's fragile.
Might be. He too much of a pretty
mentally
boy,
and physically. I think he's mentally and physically fragile.
Too much of a pretty boy, man. Yeah, I'm going with the Packers, and I don't want to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Did Adam get a chance to pick the Buccaneers Rams game? I don't think he did. I think he was out on that one. I don't know if he even did.
Yeah, my phone decided to have a stroke throughout this whole thing. How many have I missed?
I think it was just the Rams and the Buccaneers, I think. Because you picked the Seahawks and the Vikings, right?
Yeah, I picked the Seahawks.
Yeah, so it's the Buccaneers and the Rams.
Whew, and they're at LA, aren't they?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Same.
I don't.
Tough.
Just because because everybody is gloating over Tom, and I'm tired of hearing it. I say the Rams with the upset.
Okay. I picked the Rams. Casey picked the Buccaneers.
Baby.
By the way.
You're going to have to redirect me on this later on because I haven't had a chance to put this in the notes. But
so who you got for the Packers at the 49ers?
Whoo. Give me the Niners.
Okay.
West Coast, and they're going to be
might catch up this week.
A better defense this week.
I might catch up this week. All right. And then Monday Night Football.
Hold up.
Oh, what?
What you mean? What you mean? You be catching up?
Because I picked the Packers, and then I think you picked the Rams. Though, dang.
I'm like, hang on there, Scooter.
I might catch up by a game or something.
Because there's a lot of games this week where we all pick the same team.
That's true. Dang. I'm about to start taking chances. I'm about to go back and pick Washington. Anyway.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
So the Eagles against the Cowboys, Monday Night Football. The Cowboys have been so rough for so long. I almost can't hate them as much as I used to.
Next.
I think it's because I like Dak. I actually do like Dak. I'm going with the Cowboys. The Eagles ain't winning this game.
That's messed up. You do not believe in Jalen?
I do believe in Jalen. Come on, man. Don't do this to me.
You don't believe in Jalen?
Be happy. Let me pick.
You gotta believe in Jalen Hurts.
The Cowboys are choke artists, though, aren't they? I mean, they like the king of the choke. And I ain't talking about the choke slam. Oh. Adam, who you picking? So I'm picking the opposite.
Cowgirls.
All right, I'm picking the Eagles.
There we go. There you go.
I'm picking the Eagles. Real, who you picking?
You already know my pick. You know, I live and die with the Eagles, so you know.
All right. Casey, I know you ain't picking the Eagles. Every pick you make sound like you getting up out of bed after a rough night.
Listen, when you get this old.
Okay, so we picked the Cowboys.
Cowboy.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the week 3 picks. Anything else we want to say before we hop out of here? Of course, the video with Adam and I, the great debate will come up very, very soon. We're gonna do this in another video. But appreciate Red for coming by. You can catch him on the Third Perspective podcast with who all on that? I know Rabbit Jones on that thing. Who I want to make sure I get credit to everybody. So shout y'all out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's me, Rabbit Jones, and OnlyFans Jay.
I don't know why I keep be forgetting OnlyFans Jay. I don't know why I be forgetting OnlyFans. I thought it was one more. I think that's what it was. I thought it was one more on there.
Just like OnlyFans of Baltimore bitch about Lamar getting criticized each week.
Oh man. Facts. Oh man, facts.
I mean, maybe if Baker was a little bit more successful in his career, he possibly could get a little bit more criticism thrown his way. I would believe you. I just don't believe you, Adam. We're gonna have this discussion. We can't have it right now, but we will have this discussion. It's gonna happen.
Trust me. I'm fuel to the fire.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna stay. That's why you gotta stay tuned to the Instant Class Wrestling podcast and the Baltimore Colts show as well.
I would like to point out though, in his first career playoff appearance, who won their first playoff game quicker?
Oh, congrats! Who made the playoffs first?
Congrats! And he got booted?
But he made it though. You got to make
One
it into
for
the dance
three.
to
Baker,
dance a little bit.
whoa!
We'll have this discussion anyway. Appreciate y'all for coming by. As always, appreciate Ref for coming by as well. Casey, Adam, for DJ, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Picks. This discussion is happening. Dang on it. I don't know if it's gonna be this week or next week, but it's happening. It's gonna happen. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys on that next one. As always, you can watch us Facebook, YouTube, listen, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. I almost wanted to say Snapple Podcast, but I keep forgetting that I keep making that up. But anyway, we'll see you guys on all of those. So
On the flippity dippity.
No,
yeah.
never
Oh,
on the
yeah.
flippity dippity. But we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.